Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth and welcome back to this new series following our renovations to this rental property, which if you're new here, I am remodeling this house for my mom. So I actually was over here the other day and I started painting and I just didn't feel like filming. Wasn't in the mood that day. I was listening to some podcasts, so you can tell that I just turned the heater up over here because it's getting loud. But anyway, so I'm going to go check on this front bedroom that I started painting, and so we can see how it looks together. So this room before was this green, this like lime green. So what I did was I went through, I used this neutral beige color that's going to be used throughout the house. And there were some places, like you can see right here, where it looks like it was dripping. And some of it, like I actually like rubbed it with a napkin. You can see there where I was like, it was starting to drip and I rubbed it while it was still wet and I was still here. Look at this, nail holes. Why would the paint just come off of the nails like that? Don't know that I've ever seen that. Anyways, it obviously continued to do that more after I'd left, because when I left there was no drips. So there's moisture in this room, there's condensation. So I brought in this dehumidifier, and this is how much it's filled up. It's been like 36, maybe 20, no, let's see, 36 or 48 hours since I've been here. And that's how full it is. And so when I was here, these blinds are gross. But see this moisture? Not sure where that's coming from. I let my husband know about it when I was here last time. Yeah, they did it again. So I wiped down all these windows when I was here before, and I wanted to see if it would build back up, and it did. So we think some of it is needing to, after pulling up the carpet, you expose some gaps there. So obviously we need to do some caulking when we get the tack strips up and stuff, and we get the floor done, we'll be doing quarter round. But we definitely need to caulk and quarter round this trim. And we had this problem in another house that we had that was really old, like 120 years old. And just like immediately overwhelmed. I was worried. Okay, so these walls are horrible. Okay, this is the only one of the few places that's drywall. And I guess they didn't do seam work. Because look at this. See this? You got to crack all the way up. And you got a piece right here. And it's like, this is one of the wall patches that was already here. Oh, look, it looks so terrible. I even sanded it, but it still looks terrible. Anyways, I'm getting really distracted and beside myself because this is just frustrating that it looks so bad. I'm trying to remind myself. So my older son is going to be in this room living with his grandma. This wall right here is going to be dark green. But I'm wondering now, I went ahead and did it all like this white first just to get started because I don't have the dark green yet. I'm wondering if it would be better to do the dark green on the walls that look so bad. I'm trying to remember at my house where I have dark green if it hid imperfections or made them more noticeable. It might hide it, but like, see, you've got these seams here too. Oh, so annoying. I don't remember them being that noticeable when it was green, but maybe it was just so ugly that I wasn't looking at the details. I'm not sure. Yeah, even the nail holes here, look at this. Paint came off. Got them there too. What a mess. So this is definitely super frustrating. This wall back here doesn't look so bad, like at all. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I may just wait. My sister's gonna be here in a few days, and she's gonna come spend 6 or 8 hours here with me painting. So I may get her opinion, like, you know. So one thing that I'm hoping to work on today, I was torn between whether I was going to work in there, like do a second coat, or I was going to come in here in my mom's room and get started on the paneling, because 3 of these paneling walls are going to be that same color you just saw in there. And then this one over here is going to be an accent color, which is a paint I don't have yet. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this. I've showed you in previous videos, I've cleaned these walls. There's still some screws in the walls. I wasn't worrying about, like, we might just have to start rolling it and get it on there, see what it looks like. I am worried about some places where we have like wavy paneling, because we have had to deal with that in some areas in my home. And I'm trying to get this fireplace moved. Yeah, so it's just loose. Look, this paneling right here, like you can push that in, and then there's some right here. They try to nail it. So my husband and I talked about when we fixed this at our house. Yeah, we went through and we screwed in the seam. Like, it doesn't look gorgeous, but if you paint over it, the thing is where you've got the waves, like right here, it's just so noticeable, and it's so frustrating. And then there's one over here, which is like the biggest gap, but I wasn't worried about it because this wall I'll paint last. But now that I'm in here looking, we got to do something over here. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm not going to film while I work today because I'm like, it's really cold outside. I'm trying not to come down with a cold or something. Life is super busy. I'm definitely overwhelmed with everything that has to be done. I have family coming in for the house to work on stuff in a bit. And there's just certain things I want to have done before they come, so that it's certain things like the stuff I know I can handle, I want to try and have done so that they feel free to help with the stuff I can't handle. So there's that. Anyways, and so point being, I'm overloaded. And so while I work, when painting is usually relaxing for me, I like to listen to audiobooks or podcasts. I can't do that if I'm filming. So that's why I'm not going to film the actual work. I did take that neutral color that I did in Riley's room and I put it in here. So let me show you. So this is in the kitchen. So that's where that will go. And then just for fun, I did it over here on the backsplash, which is funny. It looks so much darker over here. It looks gray. And it's not gray. Look, the difference in color. We are doing a different color over here, but I don't have it yet. It'll be a smidge darker, but it's still, these colors that I've gathered so far are all white. Let me just show you. I have it right here. See, this is the color, but yet it looks gray on the backsplash. Isn't that weird? This is another one of those grab and go. So this is the walls in Riley's room, and it's Storms Coming, but you can see it's just like a dark creamy white, which it looks like there, but then there it looks gray. So that's weird. Like, this is literally the same color. This one's sitting here on the counter. Isn't that weird? Anyway, so yeah. And I don't think we want gray in here because, like, this is like earth tones, and gray just kind of goes against it. But yeah, so when I look in here, that room doesn't look gray to me at all. And from afar, I'm like, ooh, look, I did so much. It's so great. Let me zoom you out a bit. See? It's so much better than the green, but when I get up close and I notice the imperfections is when I'm feeling real frustrated. Okay, so while I was waiting to hear from my husband about screwing in this paneling, I started putting stuff in the middle of the room so I can prepare to paint. So I cleaned out that closet. cleaned out this closet. I don't know how much I've shown you guys this closet before. When we pulled out the carpet, we left it in here. And when I was just cleaning this out, I was like, better to just pull it out. It's not stained or anything, but we can fix that. But anyways, I just wanted to show you how horrible this closet is. Because it is huge, but you've got like wallpaper, whatever this is. It's like they just were trying to like hide a crack. I don't know. Anyways, just so this is an addition on the back of the house. Okay, this is the one I had to paint back there behind it. But then I was noticing like these strips, and I'm like, what is that? There's cracks where the drywall meets up, and it's really cold in here too. I mean, that should probably obvious, but see this drywall here is pumped out. They don't meet. More of this weird fabric stuff. Little paint, little no paint. This is painted. Oh, okay, some painted, not painted. There was tons of mouse poo in here, so I cleaned all that out. This is the back of the original house. This is the light fern here. Is wired just like that. That is so shady. Shady. And then look at this. What in the world? My goodness. Like this alone is just already more work than I was expecting. Should have known that. I'm going to try and take this out. This is not attached to this. And I was already planning on getting her a vertical shoe organizer shelf that'll be about this tall. But it will have slats for shoes. So we'll see about just completely removing this. But then look over here. We've got whatever that is, stuff chipping. This is again not sealed. That. And then look at that. Holes. I know exactly where this is just condensation coming in, not moisture, because there is a hole on the outside of the closet. And I think I mentioned that to you guys when I was painting. See, these windows are really, yeah, these windows are really fogged up, but see that? See those holes? But I didn't have anything big to patch them with for outside that's weatherproof. But I will, I think, if you don't live around these parts, sometimes you get damage like that from a woodpecker. So I don't know what causes them to try to peck on a house instead of a tree, but they'll do that. And it's always like the edges like that. Anyway, so there's a big gap there. So I wasn't sure how much it came through. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to patch stuff on this side for now, because I have the stuff to do that. So I wanted to show you the horrible before of this closet before I get working on it. All right, so what have we done? I don't remember what I last filmed, but my husband went through, screwed the paneling in places where he can. Some of it's going to look a little wonky, and we were just having this conversation. If it's something my mom wants to redo later on, like remove all the paneling and do drywall, or even see what's underneath it, I'll be glad to help her with that. It's just now's not the time, because we're trying to get her moved as soon as possible. We're looking at a lease ending, so trying to coordinate that. But anyway, so he screwed that stuff in. I just went through and washed all the paneling walls and cleaned the baseboards, which makes a huge difference because some of them were like literally gray. And like this spot was really bad. I think they had a dog bed right here beside their bed. There were stains under the carpet. You can see the tack strip is nasty. This trim here was all like gray. It was so thick in dust. But anyways, so most of it is good to go. I've got my paint over here. I'm gonna get started. And I was only gonna be here for a little bit, for like 3 hours, because I have a call with a client. But I just got to thinking, that's the only thing that's making me have to leave. So I think I'm gonna take the call with the client here and stay a few hours longer, because I would just love to get more done. And while my husband was here, I did talk to him about Riley's room in the front and the paint looking so awful because of all the imperfections on the wall. And he agrees that the green would conceal it better, the dark green. So we're gonna do at least 2, maybe 3 walls, that dark green for him. And fingers crossed that helps. Now with Mom, she has changed her idea of what she wants her room to be. We are still doing 3 walls this color I have here, but this wall behind me that her bed's gonna go on, and instead of being like a tropical blue, she's getting a new bedding set, and we're gonna do burgundy. So I will have to find that paint this weekend, but I think that'll be nice in here. Like a burgundy will go really well with the wood trim, the wood floors, and all that. So anyway, so I'm pumped. I'm gonna get to painting. Just thought I would show you a sneak peek, starting with this. Ah, so bright and so much different. I'm really excited to get this done. All right, so I gotta do over that window. Forgot about that. But anyways, let me zoom you out. Got all this done. Looks so much better. So much better. So much brighter. And honestly, like, I love rolling because you get the big impact, but then you really get the chef's kiss when you do the trim. So doing that will get, when I cut in, doing that will get rid of that little peak of yellow. That'll be nice. And I can't wait to get the burgundy for the other wall. But anyways, that's what it looks like now. I think what I'm going to do while I'm on this painting streak and I've got the roller out, I think I'm going to head out to the tub room because I think that's drywall. And that might be better. We'll see. Let's go check it out. One thing I didn't show you guys from the last time I was here is I cleaned under the stairs. We're out here in the garage now, obviously. And I swept all the loose debris from in here, including here. This cement block was there. That was over in the corner. That's just like a rock. Don't know why. We do have a space heater in here because we have water pipes in the ceiling. Space heater on 70, it is only 47 in here, but that's fine. We're just trying to keep it from freezing. But you see, we got light coming in over there. So the what do you call it? The obviousness of the cold weather setting in, rain and all that has made it obvious there's more work to be done in this garage than we originally expected. So I have priced out insulation, potentially drywall. I really didn't want to have to drywall out here, but anyways, there's no insulation in the roof either. Like, there's just nothing. And we wanted this to be a livable space. Like, it doesn't have to be perfectly finished, but like livable. We've got some cracks in the wall over there. There you go. You can see it. So I'm thinking getting the insulation up will be a huge difference. So that's one of the things we're definitely going to do. We're doing it in the next week. But for this concrete right here, for this big gap right there, I got my concrete patch in. So I might try to do that today while I'm here because I'm literally just going to fill that hole. And we will see. And then maybe give it a little more of a clean with like, see, that's just dirt. Just need to, it's dirt that wasn't really loose. So I need to come in and like scrape it, clean it up before I can do that barrier stuff again, that spray. But anyways, I'm hoping that'll make a big difference. Over here, we've got wood sitting on concrete. We've got gaps. So we're just going to try and seal all that up as best as we can. Then in here, this is not drywall like I thought it was. It's just like wood something. But anyways, got a space heater going in here. And don't know if I showed you guys, I came and I took everything off the walls. And I scrubbed the floors. They were so awful over here. So, did a lot of cleaning. It's just going to be nice to get rid of this blue. So, I'm excited to get this started. I need to go grab my screwdriver because I forgot I need to take those down. But anyways, I just wanted to show you what's going on there because this is a continual work in progress. So, I got the bathroom rolled once and almost forgot to show you guys. But it really calms down all that blue. And I will be doing the trim in a white that's brighter than this wall color, so there will be a difference. This will need a second coat. I've got places like this where it's like the paint just is not sticking, and you can see some right there, and there's a lot there. Not sure what's causing that. The wood did feel, the wood felt like it had like a shiny something on it, so I'm not sure what kind of paint they used before. So it's kind of weird. I'm hoping the second coat will cover it. Some places on the paneling in my mom's room did the same thing. So I'm just kind of like waiting to see when it dries. It may end up like Riley's room where it just like sucks. Who knows? But anyways, this is a big difference in here. I'm really happy with it. And it's just so much better. My goodness. So I think this will be the color of the wall. Not the wall, but the trim. Because I will have to paint it since they did blue. And then, of course, obviously all the trim white, like I said. The doors I will be painting back to white. Not looking forward to that, but because you just have to brush it all. They did the jams and everything. But anyway, so that will be that. I am now officially out of that color. So I need to look at my to-do list and see what I'm going to try and wrap up here today. I think this project here in the garage is something I'm going to look at in a minute. This is another room where I'm going to have to paint every surface. This will be the same as the tub room. Basically, it'll have that darker white on the paneling. And then because they did the trim, this like yellow color, it's all going to be white. So, and doors as well. Both of these. That may be an original door. If so, I'll leave it. But this one is painted. So, I just don't like painting doors because you have to brush them. And sometimes you have brush strokes and it's a pain. But anyway, that's where that's at. Mom's room is looking good. It's still wet. So, still shiny in places, but much improved. Definitely just lighter in general when you look in here. And I think I mentioned before, Mom decided to do a burgundy color and in her room instead of blue. So I need to pick that color. Thankfully, I've got my things here. But also, I told her about how that color actually looks gray in that location and not there. So she wants to try and do the burgundy here that's going to be in her room, which I think will be good because her decor and bedding and stuff, as well as all the natural wood everywhere, will look really great with jewel tones. So that's what we're going for. Alright, if you've seen the previous videos, you know I had to do some paint touch-up right here on this. This is that closet. Bumps out from my mom's room. Just did the second coat of paint on it. Looks good. No telling how long that will take to dry because it is cold. But probably just a while, but at least it's done now. Back of the house looks tons better. I can send a picture to the insurance agent now. And when I first came outside, no, she's not still there. There was a deer right there. And then she walked over here and was looking at me on the outside of the fence. So on the property, but not in the fenced-in backyard. I'm back over at my house. I forgot to close out the video before I left. But anyways, I just wanted to say, wrap that up. I didn't get a chance to do the paint thinner because I was looking at different ideas for the tub room on my phone. And then I ran out of time. So thanks for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed what we're doing. And if you have any tips and advice as usual, please leave them in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Mwah.